All right, we begin this hour in California, where federal agents have arrested a man for allegedly sending money to ISIS. They identified 28-year-old Mark Lorenzo Villanueva as the suspect and recovered what appears to be a homemade bomb. They recovered it from his home. Court documents also allege he sent a dozen payments totaling more than $1,600 to two individuals who accessed those funds overseas. Officials say Villanueva is a permanent U.S. resident originally from the Philippines and faces up to now 20 years in federal prison if convicted. For more insight into the investigation, I'm joined now by CNN law enforcement contributor Steve Moore, who is also a retired FBI supervisory special agent. Great to see you, Steve. So in a case like this, what would have led investigators to this suspect?
Well, it's kind of something that they probably don't want to talk about, excuse me, as to how they got onto him. It's very possible that if you're making transactions with certain people overseas who are bad actors, maybe those funds, maybe those contacts are being monitored. And if you're giving money to people that the U.S. government knows are terrorists, they're going to want to know more about it.
Mm-hmm. And then what about this apparent homemade bomb that investigators say they found in his bedroom? I mean, how will they evaluate it to try to figure out who made it, where did it come from? I mean, if it, his fingerprints are on it, so to speak, or if this is part of some other elaborate scheme.
Well, they're going to obviously first render the device safe. Then they're going to dissect it basically for exactly what you just said. Who made this? How did they learn to do this? What kind of technology is this? Looking at this and my experience on the Terrorism Task Force, this doesn't look like a high-powered device that would have been something you would be taught to make, say, at a training camp for ISIS. But it appears to be aerosol cans and ball bearings, which is lethal. It's just a matter of its effective range. So, yeah, this is a lethal weapon here, but they'll want to know, how he made it, and each bomb gives different information on the maker.
Do you believe this, that authorities really did thwart a potential attack?
Whether or not they thwarted an attack in the long term, I don't know. But certainly in the short term, what he's guilty of is material support for terrorists, which is a very serious crime, which the terrorism task forces, especially the LA Joint Terrorism Task Force, are looking at and looking for constantly, because you don't want these people exchanging ideas, thoughts, and plans.
Mm-hmm. Does this, in your view, kind of exemplify any increased sympathy in the U.S. for groups like this?
It could, Fred. We just are not going to know until we know how many people he was speaking to. If he was speaking to these people and giving money to them, it is very likely that he had a wide net of people who he was interested in, and the task force right now is probably dissecting everything he's got on his computers, his social media, to find out everyone he was talking to. So sometimes an arrest like this can be much more important in the grand scheme of things than just getting this one person off the streets, because it could give you an idea of people all through LA and the United States who he has been communicating with.
Okay. Steve Moore, thanks so much.